everyone, today I'll be reviewing this brand new documentary. It's dropped on Netflix called Ghislaine Maxwell, Filthy Rich, and this documentary focuses on Ghislaine Maxwell, who is I guess she used to be the ex-girlfriend of this famous, predator named Jeffrey Epstein. And there's I guess another documentary series on Netflix about that, but this documentary series is focused on Ghislaine Maxwell, who was when I was watching this documentary series, I actually thought this documentary series was really interesting about on this person. Same time, how this documentary also focuses on that how easy it is to manipulate a young girl for doing in this in this show's case sex trafficking. I thought this show, the way it was done, and you do get a lot of inside information about other stuff. That is why I found this documentary very interesting. Although at first I was like, do I care about this? But as this documentary went on, it's really interesting overall. What was it trying to say? For the first time, I feel like this is a good documentary on Netflix. Probably because this Ghislaine Maxwell, she does have an ending here, what happened to her in real life. And all this lawyer was working on her case. When I was hearing their statement, they came on and was talking about her and what motivated her to do all this thing and to get all these girls for this stuff. Some of them are really harsh truth about her and about the society, you know what I mean? The end of the day, what all these girls who were victim, who are women, I guess now, they got justice. End of it. It does have a happy ending. I was like, I really like that in this documentary how it was presented to me, like especially about all these young girls and. Also like how they added Prince Andrew, like his fate, what happened to him, and what was the Queen's decision, how all this thing affected all together, how all these women got justice. I really like this part in this documentary, but also how it was telling. It is so true, when the older woman comes to this young woman, they are comes to this young people with all this wisdom and power. It's easy to manipulate them. And how she was recruiting all these girls from across all these places, and how it all started. Yeah, some of this, it is very graphic when you hear it. So it's not like, I guess it is R-rated, and this is really interesting take on this woman who is now she is in jail, I guess. And Netflix end of this show, they said like they did ask her family to say something, because Netflix, they always try to show you documentary from both sides. Like in this show's case, they just showed you like a victim statement, lawyer statement, all what was also happening, their statement. So I guess we don't know what was her thinking, but end of the day, she is this evil person. Who cares what she thinks? She has done all this thing. Finally, she is got what she deserved. That is what I'm happy about, I would say. I really like this documentary. It is very wisely made. That means I never heard about Jeffrey Epstein, his stuff. Like, I didn't know about it. This kind of predator, who cares? He's under, I guess in this case, he's dead. So I'm like, one predator less is good news. But when you start watching, as I was saying, all this element they added in, it's become very interesting watch. And I guess if you never knew about Jeffrey Epstein and you don't care who is this Ghislaine Maxwell is, still this documentary is interesting on this prospect from this, how she was recruiting, all these young people, how it destroyed their life. And this show, it does have, for me, I thought it was ended on happy note, and I'm happy about that. And that was my thought on this documentary series. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this documentary series? And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget my other reviews on other documentary series. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.